For more than 20 years now, I've had the privilege of helping people uncover the emotional patterns that quietly shape their lives. As a board-certified hypnotist and an emotional intelligence specialist, I've learned something that continues to amaze me. We don't usually make decisions because they're logical. We make them because they feel emotionally safe. And that's why I'm so passionate about the work that I do. I believe everyone deserves to understand why they react the way they do, not so they judge themselves, but so they finally stop living on autopilot and start making choices that truly fit the life they want to create for themselves. When you learn to recognize your emotional patterns, everything begins to change. Your relationships become healthier. Your decisions become more intentional. And you stop trying to become someone else and start being more of who you already are. That's what I call clearing the clutter from your emotional closet. In all the conversations I've had with people over the last 20 years, there's one thing that I'm willing to bet is consistent with you, as it was with me at one time as well. The invisible things in your life have been styled by something invisible. And that invisible force is your emotions. Because your decisions and behaviors are simply an attempt to meet a legitimate human need. And your needs are rarely the problem. It's your strategy that often is, because your emotions have been choosing that strategy. And you know what I'm talking about. People pleasing, negative self talk about how inadequate you are, shame and guilt, which lead to emotional exhaustion, comparison and judgment, which leads to everybody's favorite strategy, perfectionism. If I'm perfect, everything will be wonderful. But here's the thing. It's time to stop wearing those emotional hand-me-downs that you inherited from your parents, your childhood, your experiences, societal expectations, and all those significant events in your life, because they influenced your perceptions and your reactions in every single thing that you do on a daily basis. It's time to start clearing out the clutter from your emotional closet, to stop choosing the old outfits just because they feel comfortable when you've got so many other options in there to wear. I mean, sure, the oldies but goodies feel safer than the clothes that are more fashionable, but over time, you began wearing emotional patterns so automatically that you just stopped questioning them altogether. You wear emotional armor to avoid vulnerability. You wear performance to earn worthiness. You wear control to reduce fear. You wear busyness to avoid stillness. You wear perfectionism to avoid judgment. And you wear emotional distance to avoid pain. It's been so long that when you look in the mirror, you see these outfits as who you are, but you're not. By recognizing these emotional outfits, you can empower yourself to make more intentional decisions in every aspect of your life. Imagine your thoughts as a fine silk jacket, intricately woven with experiences and emotions that influence how you engage with the world when you wear it. And just make one small restyle this week. Because transformation doesn't happen all at once. It happens one intentional choice at a time. So this week, choose one small way to wear something different. Maybe you'll say no without apologizing. Maybe you'll really ask for what you actually need. Maybe you'll let go of perfection for just one task. Maybe you'll rest without feeling guilty about it. Speak honestly instead of staying quiet, and choose curiosity instead of self-criticism. Because here's the thing. Small changes have a way of becoming new habits, and new habits create a life that fits. So remember this. You weren't born wearing these emotional outfits. They served a purpose, but they don't have to continue to define you forever. The beautiful thing about your emotional closet is this: you get to decide what still fits. And every conscious choice that you make is another opportunity to create a life that feels more authentic, more peaceful, and unmistakably your own. You can't restyle what you haven't noticed. So before we start trying on something new, let's take a look, an honest look inside your emotional closet. Give me a call. I'm Roberta Fernandez, your mind stylist.